Hello and welcome back to the Football Rundown. We're back here with a matchday vlog today. Stockport County take on Cardiff City back at Edgeley Park. Of course, it's the first time we played at Edgeley Park in League One in 3 weeks, where we did beat Burton Albion 2-1. The last few weeks hasn't been great for Stockport County, to say a 1-1 draw against Wigan away from home, a 4-2 defeat to Plymouth away from home last weekend as well. And we're up against the Cardiff side, which is top of the table, undefeated as well so far this season, and haven't conceded a goal in open play all season. So it is going to be a tough game. Like I say, Cardiff are very much the favourites at this moment in time. They look like they could be the Birmingham City of this season in League One. And it is going to be an incredibly tough game. As I say, they're up against a team in Stockport County that haven't looked great all season. They haven't managed to play well for, maybe even a half of football so far this season. And we said it in, the end of the game against Plymouth, we said it in the preview that big changes need to be made. And hopefully we'll see that today from Stockport County. But we haven't seen it so far this season. Hopefully today can be the day. And what I would say is, you get a result against Cardiff City, top of the table Cardiff City today. That could be the perfect result, the perfect way to turn around our season. So hopefully that can happen. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's get into today's match day. All right, Adam, we're back at Edgeley Park. Got Cardiff today, top of the table Cardiff City. I think it's fair to say you pretty much made most games last season.
Yeah, the last couple of games I missed, Wigan and Plymouth I missed because I had other things already booked. But
yeah,
to be back here, I haven't been here since the Burton game.
I was going to say, what have you made of the results from afar the last few games? Wigan in the Cup, Wigan in the League, Plymouth away last week.
Not very good. It seems very toxic at the minute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of people saying, "Oh, this player needs to be dropped. Like, is this player's fault, whatnot?" Getting a bit too toxic.
It definitely feels like that, but obviously Cardiff today, big game. Like you say, your last game was Burton. We won that game. Maybe a good luck charm for us that you're back today, who knows, but just run us through the team news, because we've sort of been looking at it in the courtyard and we're sort of trying to make sense of it. Is it a 3 at the back? Is it a 4-4-2? You seem to think it's a 4-4-2.
That's what I think, but I could be wrong. So we've got ADDAI, we've got almost like 5 defenders. We've got Hills, Pye, Oloru, and
Onyango.
3 centre backs. Then we've got Onyango, which I think is playing right back. I think we've got Pye at left back. Because then in our midfield is Osborne and Norwood. If Osborne's playing left wing back, that will lose Norwood there, which I don't think is the case. There's Bailey, Diamond out wide, I personally think, and 2 strikers, Watson and Anderson on top. So unless he's heavily tweaked the formation, then I don't know where it is back to 4-4-2.
Yeah, I was saying to you as well, just in the courtyard, I was surprised that Anderson started, and you said you weren't. Just talk us through that.
It's just because, obviously we've been messaging a lot about, you were talking to me about how he was really good over international break. He got a 10 on FOTMOB, race on a FOTMOB, which only gives us 4 other players. So I don't think he would start, but if he had decided, it wouldn't surprise me, because Chano likes to do that, likes to start wanting to bring someone on. Yeah,
he's definitely thrown surprises, I think, with Anderson starting, and then also Odin Bailey as well. Be interesting to see how those two do from the get-go. We started up top last week and it may seem to work. But what are your thoughts? How are you feeling going into this game?
Not good, I'll be honest. I'm not feeling too confident, but we've got to get behind the lines. We've got to have some hope at least. I'm not going to lie, my brain is saying a loss because Cardiff Bradford are top of the league right now as we speak, but Cardiff are unbeaten. The manager's just got manager of the month, although that is a curse, I saw some people saying. So my head is saying like a 2-1 loss, but you've got to hold out some hope. I'm just going to try hope for a draw.
Right, you've gone with a draw. I went with a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Day today before we had come on, County. Cross.
Get on there, brother. Ooh, get it in the middle. Put the winger. Straight in. So Andrew, they're not that way. Keep that way. That's all fucking over there. Get in the box with it.
To the mixer!
Good job, they've got them away with it.
Now be a minimum of 1 minute time allowed. 1 minute time allowed.
1 minute. Time to score. Get it in that net. What? County to have to hold on to this.
Every fucking time! You've got two problems, excuse them!
Takes the piss actually, boss.
Suddenly you can hear a pin drop in here now.
But there we go then, Stockport County 1, Cardiff City 1, it all finished equal at Edgeley Park. And I'm actually a little bit disappointed. Look, I think it's weird because I think going into the game, I would have 100% taken a point. I think it would have been a good point to get against Cardiff with the form they were in, top of the table, unbeaten so far this season in League One. Everything that I mentioned going into this game, I would have said, yeah, I would 100% take a point, especially with where Stockport County were going into this game as well. But I just think that when you look at it, when you look at how the game went, and you look at how Stockport County started the game, I thought we did reasonably well. I don't think County played absolutely brilliantly, but I think it was definitely by far our most sort of consistent performance from both halves this season. And I saw a lot of positives in that. So yeah, I think that with how the game went, I'm disappointed that County didn't come away with 3 points. Mainly because I thought that we had a lot of good chances, but we just didn't take those chances. And if you actually look at the stats as well during the game, Stockport County, in terms of shots, total shots, 14 shots total, but just 3 on target. And I think that's the biggest problem. Stockport County did create chances today, but they weren't clinical enough with them, and therefore that's why we only got 3 of our 14 on target. Now, Cardiff City had just 4 shots overall, but 2 on target, and they managed to come away with getting a goal late on. I think the biggest problem, though, is we're not clinical this season. We don't seem to have the firepower in this team. I certainly don't feel convinced that we've got players in our team that can score a load of goals, and that's the problem because you're a goal up at half time. Once again, sort of continuing the theme going into this season, Cardiff City are still yet to concede a goal in open play because they did concede a penalty, which is where Stockport County put themselves 1-0 up. From the penalty spot, Ollie Norwood once again. So it's not like we've even scored an open play. So it's one of them. I just don't think we've got the firepower in front of goal this season. And I think that when you go up, goal up at half time, and I said at half time, I said we've got to go and get a second in this second half. There's no way we're going to sit on a 1-0 lead the whole way through the second half and not concede a goal. And of course that turned out to be the case. I also said as well, I think around the 90th minute when Callum Connolly came on, and I think at that point it must have been about 5 or 6 at the back. It felt like we had most of the team were defenders. That's how it felt. I said I don't see County holding on for these next 7 minutes. I really don't trust that defence enough to hold on. And obviously in the end, not sort of long left in the game, Cardiff managed to get that goal, and that's where a lot of criticism has come from. A lot of people critical post match of ADDAI. Once again, there's a theme week in week out, and a lot of the criticism is towards Corey ADDAI. And look, the way I see it, and I've not watched it back loads, to be fair, I've not had a great angle of it, that the ball goes into the box, and ADDAI sort of, their striker's left free header. Let's talk about that in a second. Corey ADDAI sort of looks like he's going to sort of come out. He's hesitant, then sort of almost doesn't. He's sort of in no man's land, and then of course it goes in. A lot of people are blaming Corey ADDAI for this. And look, fair enough, it's a little bit like the corner last week against Plymouth, where he doesn't come out, and you could argue he should have done. But you can't simply say it's all on Corey ADDAI, in my opinion, because questions need to be asked. I think it's Brad Hills. He's the guy who loses his man. How are we, when we fought so hard all game, get to the 96th minute or 97th minute or whatever it was, and we're sitting on a 1-0 lead, and our plan is basically, let's sit back and defend, and I say that based on the subs and the players we brought on, it was to hold on to that. Then how on earth are we allowing a player, when a ball goes into the box in the 96th, 97th minute, to be left unmarked for a free header in the penalty box? That could not happen. Look, you can blame Corey ADDAI, you can say he should have come out, you can sort of say he should have got it, and he should have saved it, fine, whatever, that's a different debate. But for me, what you cannot simply say is that Brad Hills, or whoever that guy is, I think it was Hills, is the guy who loses his man. That is not acceptable. When you're trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead late on in the game, you cannot allow a free header inside the box. And that's the biggest problem for me. That's the problem in the game. That's where it went wrong. Not because ADDAI was hesitant. But we know that can be an issue at times. But I've said so many times as well already this season, to simply say the problem with Stockport County this season is on the goalkeeper is just not true. Is the goalkeeper an issue? Yeah, I think the goalkeeper is an issue. I think ADDAI has made mistakes. I think ADDAI is low on confidence. But I also think if you put Ben Hinchliffe in goal, I think he would struggle. Because I've seen him playing games so far this season in the cup games, and I think he should have done better in those moments. Wigan away in the cup, he sort of jumps up and the ball goes down. I looked at the goals he conceded in the EFL trophy game, whatever it was, against Wolves under 21s. I thought he could have done better with some of those shots. There's a genuine goalkeeper crisis at the moment for Stockport County. I don't think anyone you put in goal is necessarily going to be that much better. I suppose what you could say is Hinchliffe might come out of an attack to that. Fine, fair enough. But that doesn't take away the fact, for me, and I think you've still got to address the point, we left a man unmarked for a free header in the box late on in the game. That would still be a thing that would be happening even if Hinchliffe was in goal. So for me, that's the real problem. I saw someone say as well, everyone outfield was brilliant, keeper had one job and he let us down. I don't believe that. I don't believe everyone was perfect outfield because, I'm pretty sure, I'm putting it on Hills, I might be wrong here, so apologies if I am, but that's the guy who loses his man. That is not acceptable. So for me, a game that had a lot of positives in it, sadly ended on a bit of a sour note. And as I say, we're actually coming out of this game saying that we're disappointed that we only got a point against a team that was unbeaten, unbeaten all season. So I think that says a lot about how well Stockport County managed the game. As I said, I don't think we played fantastic, but I think what we did do is we stopped Cardiff from playing. I think that was the biggest thing we had to do as well, because we outlined some of the threats going into this game. The likes of Ruben Colwell, and we kept those players relatively quiet. So I think that's why generally it was a pleasing performance. But I think that you've still got to look at it and say we weren't clinical enough, and we didn't get enough shots on target in the game. And then of course defensively, someone's let their man go for a free header in the box. That's the biggest problems for me in the game. We need to be more clinical and we need to stay concentrated when defending, right to the very end. So I am disappointed because we, as I say, kept Cardiff relatively at bay. We didn't really allow them to have too many chances. We actually made them look like quite a poor side, I felt. Look, Cardiff are a good team, obviously, but I don't think they played particularly well, and I think that's because I guess I want to believe that's because we didn't allow them to play very well. So yeah, I am disappointed, but anyway, it's still a point nonetheless against a team that's top of the table. It's a positive. We've seen a lot more positives than we have negatives today. We've got an interesting game against Rotherham coming up next weekend away from home, and I'm looking forward to that one now. But as I say, I did see differences today, and I am positive, a bit more positive now going into the game against Rotherham. But of course, everyone will have their opinion about what went wrong today and what needs to change going forward, especially into the game against Rotherham next week. So I want to get all your thoughts, of course, in the comment section below. As always, do like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, thanks for watching.